Welcome to the Generation X-Wing podcast, a modern look at a retro lifestyle. My name's Rob Williams, and I'm here with
Jamie Palerutter,
as well as
Steve 3.
Oh, look at the background, Steve's 3. I know you guys have moved lately. Both you guys have a big move.
Right, we both moved. Literally, pretty much like a week
like
apart.
hey?
Yeah, like a week apart from each other. We had to go through the stress, like the pre-stress, the during stress, and the after stress, like a week apart from each other. It's crazy.
Friggin' hate moving.
Yeah.
There was a point I moved like 4 times within 2 years, and I was just done with it. So Jamie got hooked up in one time, and I'm still surprised we're friends.
I tell
moving,
all of my friends, moving, everybody gets one. After that, you're hiring a moving company.
Yeah.
And if you got a truck, if you have a friend with a truck, don't assume that that's there for you.
I made zero expectational, like, I didn't do anything for this. We rented someone. That sounds terrible. We hired movers. We did. We hired movers to do it professionally, but we still had friends volunteer to come and help who showed up, and they spent the day loading stuff into their vehicles and bringing it over, man. So props to those guys.
A true friend is somebody who is willing to help you move and not to ask you to help you move. I think sometimes is where it goes. The reason I bring this up is because you guys have had this opportunity now to kind of set up your nerd room in the back, and we see Steve's room, and we've got the picture. We got stormtroopers on our screen on the right. We got your stormtrooper on the left wearing what looks like a codpiece. Or what is that? He's all strapped up.
I've actually taken part of him off. I had to do some touch-ups for an upcoming troop. So
you got a face hugger over your shoulder there.
God, that's a new addition that came last week.
Yeah.
This week, sorry.
Got a picture of Jesus Christ above your head.
That's Jamie.
Yeah, there you go. And next to Slimer, which is really nice.
Yeah.
The ghost of Jesus Christ, I'm assuming.
Yeah.
And this is the diorama in the back next to it, the trash compactor. It's hard to see on the screen, but
I would do a close up, but I'm not moving it. That's for sure.
Why is that?
I don't want to. I don't want to get up. I could, but I don't think it's going to show too well on the screen. But yeah, I've got. Do you remember we talked about our holy grails? We talked about the stuff that we go looking for when we're toy hunting. And I was looking for the second part of a 2-pack of a 2002, I think, 2002 or 2004 twin pack of Death Star garbage compactor. And you had Luke and Han, and one with a Dianoga wrapped around him, and the other one was Chewie and Leia. And Leia had the pole, and Chewie was banging on the door. So you get these little cardboard cutouts that you can cut out and put onto the base of the toys, and then join the two together, and you get this diorama. It's kind of cool. So on the move, I decided that I was going to start unboxing stuff. I'm not going to keep stuff in boxes that doesn't need to be in boxes. Now the Hasbro Black Series bullshit stuff, right? I can keep that in there, right? I don't need to unbox all of that. But Troopers came out, and I started unboxing other stuff, and I wanted to cut out the cardboard surround and make the diorama official.
Yeah.
But I couldn't bring myself to do it. I couldn't cut the boxes because these boxes are from 2002, and I've had them. Now I found them, I've got them. I couldn't cut it. So I decided to make a diorama and make my own trash compactor room. And I found I was going to 3D print it. That's the thing to do nowadays is to 3D print it. But
do you have a 3D printer?
I got 2.
You got 2, okay.
Yeah, over here. I haven't set anything up yet. So I was like, I'm going to do it the old-fashioned way. I'm going to use the old foam core. And I found a tutorial. I just looked up online when I was looking for 3D print files, and I found a tutorial. And this tutorial was back in Celebration 3, I think it was. And I think let me just see if I got the guy written down here, because you got to give him some props, right? So hang on a second. Where is it? Yeah, it was the dioramaworkshop.com, and it was the 2005 Celebration 3 was where this website was from. And I was like, oh, this is cool. I'm going to do that. So I used that imagery and the methodology and built my own, because I wanted to put it in an 8x8 cube to keep the dust off. And then I added lights to it and stuff. And
the lights look really good.
So if you want to see the progress of it, I've just put something up on my Instagram. Shit's back on Muppet Fart. and you can see the whole build process in like a 2-minute video I was strung together. So that's
awesome.
cool. That's cool. That was a very long-winded to yes, that's what that is in the background. It's glowing red.
It's funny. I put in shit on there, and there you are. Just
Wow, who'd have thunk it? If
just
you
look for
type shit
shit.
into Instagram search, you'd find me.
and also you got Polly on your shoulder there too, which
I've
is
got
really
Captain
nice.
Carson Taver
Yeah.
protecting everything. I've got a couple of my micro galaxies out.
I saw you. Is that AT-AT part of the Micro Galaxy as well?
No, that's actually from one of the games you could get.
Oh, okay.
Like the X-Wing game type thing.
Is that the Phantom 1 behind you?
Yes, Phantom 1, 3 3/4 inch size. I've also got the Ghost from the X-Wing as well,
Nice.
X-Wing game, and a couple of other die-cast Ghosts from Hot Wheels, and another Phantom 1.
Nice.
But the Ghost has Phantom 2 on it, and it actually comes away.
Nice.
But I'm starting to, like I said, I'm starting to put stuff out. I've been looking forward to this for a long time. Some of this stuff has not seen the light of day some of it hasn't seen the light of day for 18 years, man. It's all been in boxes, and you can see I've got boxes behind me, me. It's just so much to come out, and the fear of opening those boxes. I still haven't managed to do my black hole guys yet. They're still in boxes.
The black holes in back there somewhere.
Yeah,
Maximilian in the game.
Behind Jamie, I got Maximilian, Bob, and Vincent.
Right,
heaven on the front, hell in the back.
But I'm gonna unbox that whole. I got two boxes back there full of Micro Galaxy Squadrons, all in their boxes, and I think I'm gonna unbox every one of them, and I'm gonna do my little unboxing things that I did before, and just do the snapshots of all the features of the craft and see them outside of their glossy plastic cases, because you can't really see something when it's in its packet. But stay tuned, because that ain't easy for me. If it's got a rare sticker on it or a chase sticker on it, I don't know if I can do it. But I got these little stands. I don't know if you can see this. It's like show and tell. I love it. These little stands. So this one, you recognize this ship, which is very relevant and for this week.
Yes. Yeah. Very nice.
So this is my Bad Batch, but there's these little stands that articulate that, so you can put them on these stands and you can articulate them so that you can position them and actually have them out. And so I'm going to start unboxing these things, and I'm going to get some more shelving. This is just temporary shelving, and then I'm going to start unboxing and laying these things out and setting up something cool so we can see them in all their glory.
How's the dusting?
Dusting gets done every time you put something on the shelf, right? So this place isn't super dusty like the last one, which is great. The reason I got the 8x8 plexi for that one is because I didn't really want to have to keep dusting it. But yeah, it's going to be interesting. Got Trooper out there. I'm wondering if I should put the other costumes out on mannequins. I don't know. This is the fun of having a lair. This nerd lair, this geeky lair is going to progress and progress. I've even got all the guns up on the wall on the gun rack. So
yeah. Before I get into you, Jamie, one of the things, did you guys have way back in the 70s, the original in 1977, 78, they had the Death Star play set, and it came with a trash compactor with a Dianoga, a little rubber green Dianoga.
Yeah, the bright green.
Yes, and the orange, and the trash compactor was orange, and you twist it, and the wall would come in with little foam bricks and stuff. God, I had that. It was so much fun.
Yeah. And isn't there a chute as well? You can drop them down the chute and they end up in there?
There was a trap door, on the second floor that they can go down. Above that, the third floor was the catwalk where you can slide the walkway and have them swing across, just like in the scene.
Wasn't there something for Obi-Wan to stand on as well and turn off the generator?
On the top floor was the gun, the blaster that would shoot in one direction, and on the back with the whole elevator it was like a piece of pizza in a way. And there was the elevator. Yeah, a wedge. Perfect. And on the back, at the very top floor, there was the area for Obi-Wan to turn down the generator. And
can you hear that noise in your head, guys?
Oh,
it's right there, right? You just hear it. There are people
Everything
out there
was so cool.
People out there buying those sets, even if they're not complete, just picking them up and buying them, because if you put them all together, you can make a perfectly round Death Star.
It was so fun because I remember you get to put it together, put the little metal girders, and there's a cardboard slide that you would put on every floor. It would first, second, and
Mhm.
third, and you would just slide it in there. And you try your as a kid, I was like very conscious
Jamie's,
not to
Jamie's
bend
face.
it. What? Did I say something?
Slide it in.
Phrasing. We still
Sorry.
doing phrasing?
Yeah.
After
We'll
the
never
Road
stop.
Warrior talk, I guess maybe. So yeah, I was going down memory lane. But Jamie, I want to ask you, so I took your background off here. Oh my God, I'm seeing the backpack for Rocketeer.
Yeah.
You have so much potential that you're going to work on there. So tell me
Oh,
what you
yeah.
plan to do.
It's a work in progress. This is the first time I've had an actual like office or nerd room. So like
Mhm.
Steve, this is so much fun to me because there's stuff that hasn't seen the light of day in at least 6 years. Like it spent the entire time I was in my last place in a box in storage, and now it's all around me. So I don't know if you want photos. I feel like the webcam isn't going to do it justice, but like,
Yeah, that's impossible.
so
man.
there's some Ghostbuster stuff.
Oh yeah, I see the wand.
there. I didn't know if
Yeah.
that was an E11 or a
Here,
wand, and now I can see
wand.
it's a wand.
Trap.
Yeah.
There's Rocketeer.
Yes, one of my favorite helmets you have.
R2.
More Rocketeer stuff.
Yeah.
This is Scout Trooper stuff. There's a Black Series Comic-Con Boba Fett
Ooh.
Mhm.
and Power of the Force Luke statue.
I feel
from
like he's in the
Empire.
back tank there for some reason.
Yeah,
Is he in
I'll
he's
do
packaged?
photos.
That's
so
the
you can-
packaging, right? The packaging is
Yeah.
this like half round packaging.
Yeah,
And
exactly.
is the Boba Fett one you can turn the dial and he spins around?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Is that your
So
TK helmet?
There's my OG TK helmet
Mhm.
with.
When's the
Black
last time you
Series
wore
figure,
that?
Bucket heads.
Yeah.
Wow.
And then a pile of stuff that we won't talk about yet. And then we
Is
have
that
a
where the
DL
assless chaps are?
We have a DL44 sitting on a shelf.
Yes.
Uh-huh.
When you
And
point
then
out, it's obvious now.
We have the Rocketeer pack,
Yes.
and sneaking in the corner, we have the Proton pack.
If you want to see pictures of the Rocketeer pack, go to our Facebook site. There's a great picture of you all dressed up in the costume. It looks really good.
But then, like sneak peek, I have some Fallout stuff, and then the Black Series and carded 3 3/4 that I kept. I took before I moved. I took 5 boxes of stuff to Toy Traders.
Yeah.
So I kept some stuff, and then I have some really cool Darth Vader stuff, figures. And then
Is that the one? Can I guess it's the one that was they didn't call it Unbreakable, Unstoppable, Unchained, or something like that.
I don't have the Unchained series.
Is that the one I'm thinking of?
There
Yeah.
or like Unleashed. Sorry,
Unleashed. I think that's it. Yeah.
Those what I would have absolutely have.
Mhm.
I don't have any. And then, so one of my favorite things that I haven't seen in 6 years is my original run. Not new in the box, but complete in the box. 1999. Lego Star Wars. So Star Wars Lego sets.
Wow.
Not complete, but a lot.
Just
so
the craft or diorama type
there's-
stuff?
No, like the ships. So like A-Wing, the TIE Advanced and the Y-Wing, the TIE Bomber, the TIE Fighter,
Wow.
the X-Wing, Obi-Wan's Jedi Starfighter, the Slave One.
Nice.
So
Jamie, do
the-
you have the celebration Darth Vader 3 3/4?
I don't
When they did
know.
for Celebration 6, I think.
I don't know.
Okay.
I might have to reach over and show you like my favorite.
Well, maybe Rob, maybe
one.
we got to do YouTube Shorts and do a corner of a corner of the room each week.
I would love that. Take videos, send it to me. I will edit and put it
Yeah.
up. Yeah,
And I mean,
totally.
So there's still like, if I move, you can still see boxes.
Yeah, yeah. It's like we're twins right now, Jamie.
Yeah.
Right?
The collection of IKEA furniture and boxes.
Yeah.
So
Billy bookcases and
Billy
boxes.
book and the glass cabinet. All right.
I haven't got any glass cabinets.
Yeah, I
have
know
glass
Jamie's
cabinets.
does.
I have one glass cabinet. I showed you guys a preview. I'm particularly proud of that. But like, this is probably the coolest Darth Vader figure I have.
Oh, that is pretty
Like
sweet.
a pewter.
It's plastic, so like it's a silver It's like 2004 Darth Vader, around the time that they did Power of the Force, but he's not all like He-Man like muscular. It's just this all silver Darth Vader
Yeah.
figure still in the package. I love this thing.
This is the one I was talking about, Jamie. I don't know if you can see it with the lights and stuff, but
Oh, wow.
Oh, that's cool.
it's got
The Star
Celebration
Wars
3,
Celebration 3.
and then on the back is an embossed Star Wars Celebration
This
3
is the
as well.
closest I have to
Yeah,
that.
I think it's probably this, but this one, if you, there's no batteries in it, but if
Yeah.
you were to press it, it would do some shit, which is kind of
Oh,
cool.
yeah.
Just random shit, not even Darth Vader shit.
Just
Like,
dancing and stuff.
yeah, this is. I'm so happy to have a room where I can
Yeah.
have everything out.
I can
Because
imagine.
like this is a room that I would like, if I have a guest over, I would take them through the room. There's a lot of cool stuff in here that I'm proud of.
That's
Yeah.
the idea, right? That's the
Yeah.
idea. I spend pretty much my whole day in this room, and every now and then I can just swivel the chair and put a smile on my face. Yeah, because up at the top, I got all of the
Oh, I didn't even see that. Look at
yeah.
that. You
You
got it
got all
hanging
of
near the
the,
roof there.
which I like to do with those, but over here
There's your
is
gun rack.
the gun rack
Oh,
slowly filling up, and then the printers so I can run stuff, and yeah, it's gonna be a lot of fun for sure. But we'll have to,
I,
yeah, we'll definitely have to do
that'd be wonderful.
some filming.
Because I know, after talking with Tim from the Nerd Room and talking about how cool it is to have this room, this nerd room
yeah.
to set up, and now I'm watching Mac put his,
Yeah,
he pulled it all apart and
A
putting
great
it
series.
all together
Yeah.
again. And it's just interesting watching him every video, just this little piece and that little piece put
Like,
together.
Mac takes it to the next level too.
Oh,
I'm
dude.
loving
Yeah.
like the lighting stuff and like him printing off like the flooring
yeah.
and things like that. I love that stuff.
Yeah, one of the things I got is a whole shoebox full of 3 3/4 and Cantina aliens with the Cantina bar, and so I want to set up a whole diorama of the Cantina on one shelf if I
Nice.
can, and then on the shelf next to it will be another side of Tatooine or
Yeah.
something,
Well,
and
and
just
that
have
was
fun with this stuff.
when I was purging stuff, like when I was preparing my run to Toy Traders, I let you guys know
Yeah, yeah,
in
Mhm.
case there was anything you wanted. And yeah, you chimed in first, I
yeah,
think, Steve, and said, "Do you have any Cantina aliens?"
yeah.
You know what? Since then, I've discovered more Cantina aliens.
Oh,
So I will. They're
just
still
singles.
here.
Okay.
Yeah. I will let you know off the air what I have.
Oh,
In case you
maybe
need
we'll
it.
do this. Maybe I'll do a video and we'll do an unveiling of the shoebox. See
Yeah.
what's in there and see if
It's
you
like
can
There
help
you go.
contribute.
they were separate. They were in a separate spot. So
Beautiful.
I mean, as a preview, one of the guys I noticed that wasn't in like the original, like the big container full of figures, was that four-armed guy in the
I was
white
just
jumpsuit
thinking what you're talking
with
about, the
like the
gas mask.
goggles.
Yeah.
Yes. So if you
I
need
don't
that
think
one,
I don't think I have him. Again,
ooh,
we could talk about this all night, which is why I
yeah,
think we should keep it to a separate.
Yeah.
right.
We
You
do
know
have
what I
to.
did? You know what I did find? Just because Generation X,
What's
Mhm.
that?
rewind in time, I found this in pretty much pristine condition.
What do we got here? Is a Tommytronic. What is that? A Tommytronic 3D? Is that like your
Like a
Viewmaster?
Viewmaster?
It's a game. You hold it up to your eyes and you play the game.
Oh,
You never
that's
heard of the
cool.
Tommytronic?
No.
No, it looks like a better version of
I've
the
had this since this has come from me from the UK to Canada and now to the States, and I found it in a box, not in any packaging, and it's just there. You need to look up Tommytronics. There was three of them: a red one, a white one, and a blue one. And the blue
what
one,
game do you play inside?
there's like a little spaceship, and you got to go left and right and shoot things that are coming towards you. So it's like the old-fashioned games, like Astro Wars and things like that.
Jamie, what was the Nintendo game? That was the virtual reality game
Oh,
Nintendo
the
came out with?
Virtual Boy?
Virtual Boy. Yeah, it looks
Yeah.
kind of like that, but better.
Yeah. Yeah, the Virtual Boy was not very good.
It probably doesn't give you a headache either.
Yeah, and I think the other thing I have, it's kind of just haunting me right now. I have right beside me, it's like my co-pilot, like my Chewie when I'm sitting at my desk, is the big crate that my proton pack came in, but the proton pack is out.
Yeah.
What's all in it is mods, just parts and mods
Wow.
for the pack.
Just haunting you to just
Yeah.
put together.
So
And this is
I
yeah,
gotta
that's the
try.
issue.
I gotta get
me,
some.
build me.
I gotta
Is
get
that
some
is that the
done for
Hasbro
Fan Expo.
Proton pack?
Yeah.
Okay, you need to check out BC. You know Brandon BC DeLorean, the guy who has all the cars, right?
Yeah.
A buddy of ours. You got to check out his page because he's just been modding his Hasbro pack, painting it, dirtying it, and just modding
Yeah.
it up to get it more screen accurate.
Yeah,
Nice.
that's what I'm doing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm doing like usability stuff, like power source switch outs and like keep alive and things like that. But also like, um, I'm not gonna like fully mod it out to be like 1984. But I'm definitely doing some things that are going to make it more accurate to Afterlife. I'm really excited. And dude, every time I talk to someone from the 501st and tell them about the Ghostbuster stuff, they're like,
Dude,
I'm gonna
you're
do a Ghostbuster costume.
Yeah.
It's
you're
growing.
converting people like
I am.
crazy.
Yeah, I've started a Ghostbusters cult.
It's the same thing for the
Oh,
aliens, the Colonial
yeah.
Marines. It's the
Oh
same
yeah.
thing. Same
Don't
thing.
even I'm afraid to talk to you about the alien stuff because I'll be right there with you, like
Yeah.
in like a dirty shirt, man.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun, man. It's a lot of fun, and you can constantly mod it. It's a lot
Yeah.
of fun.
We've been having fun playing the Ghostbusters game
Oh,
online.
it's so much fun.
Dude, I am loving the costumes. I just go all out with all these crazy looking costumes and one looking like an arcade floor or whatever. It's just
Yeah.
one in living color. Got the mullet going. Love
Yeah,
it.
they had a lot
So,
of fun with the uniforms and the costumes in that game.
my character looks like Dieter. What's the actor's name again?
Diedrich Bader.
Yeah. He looks just like him.
Yeah.
They're like two chicks at once, man.
Two chicks at the same time.
Real quick, there's my messy fridge and my pantsless mannequin with Reese. That's
Yeah,
about
gonna
I
it.
say,
see a
pantsless
Reese tunic
Reese.
on there.
I think I should. I'm after looking at your room and looking at Jamie's room and then looking at Tim's room, and I've just watched Star Wars Explained. I was watching one of their videos, and they've got the the IKEA cubbies, a Billy bookcase with
Yeah,
full of
yeah.
stuff. It looks
Yeah.
great. And I've got a green screen behind me, just with obviously whatever here. And I'm thinking maybe I should take it into my bedroom and just kind of have that background because I'm really proud of all the 501st stuff and the coins. And it's nice to
Your
have.
bedroom, that's where you have the really cool stuff. I noticed when we were doing approval photos for Reese.
Yeah.
Is like that's your nerd room there. You have some
Yeah.
really awesome stuff on display there.
It is. I mean, the space that I have here is my son's space and me and my son's space, but my bedroom is my bedroom, and I don't get a whole hell of a lot of visitors as it is. And so I've got my Ree's corner. I've got a couple things here. I don't go all out, but I wish I could a little bit, but then I like a little bit more tasteful at the same time. And the photos to me is my room. You've seen, Jamie, my house is full of photos of just whether I'm trooping, my son trip, and all that sort of stuff. So that's what's that's what I decorate my room with. So,
Yeah.
but I'm tempted to do something like what you guys are doing, and maybe that's the goal for 2024.
I think the
really
issue for me is
satisfying.
it spills out into our living area as well. So Ali's not a massive collector, but there's things which represent both of us and we both enjoy. So we got cabinets out in the living area that are just crammed full of different figure. Most of it is figure. If we've cosplayed it, I'll go out and buy figures because it's an excuse for me
Yeah.
to get away with buying the figure because hey,
Yeah.
we cosplayed this character, Ali.
That's
I
your
gotta buy
get out of
it.
jail free
You
card,
know?
right?
So anything I see, I'm like, yeah, I can get away with that, and then
Yeah.
we put it in the display cabinet as one of our characters.
Well, let's move on a little bit to other things in 2024. This is a nice little jump to we talked about the room, a little bit about the costuming as well, and then we will talk about Star Wars. But I know, Jamie, you're like head into the Ghostbuster stuff, and for you and me, we're focused a lot on Fan Expo in mid-February, Family Day weekend here in British Columbia.
Yeah.
And what's your goal for Fan Expo?
I mean, obviously going to be doing the Rebel Legion and 501st stuff. That's a given. Like I'll
Yeah.
be there every day doing as many shifts as I can, helping with setup, all that stuff. It's always a ton of fun, but like
Yeah.
I also want to get my Ghostbusters gear on and parade around. Like
Yeah.
I'm so excited for the costume. It's a bucket list thing for me. It's basically like the last bucket list costume that I needed to check off. Again, I don't want to talk to Steve about Colonial Marine stuff because God, don't even get me started. But yeah, the Ghostbuster stuff, I'm definitely going to get out, and there's extra kind of incentive now because there's more people within the BC 501st group that every time I talk to them are like, "Hey, I pulled the trigger on some Ghostbuster stuff because you and I talked
Mm.
about it." And it's growing. It's growing at a crazy rate.
Dude, you're even tempting me a little bit. The backpack does scare me, but the
The
outfit
backpack is
doesn't.
scary.
And I'm just like, where am I gonna put that damn thing? But that it like,
Yeah.
yeah, I know, was it 3 or 4 at least, at the top of my head that are
4.
already, yeah.
5.
5?
Yeah.
Holy cow. I know like Ryan, Hose Nose, and Aaron, and I think Ree was possibly.
Re.
Yeah.
Um,
Who's another one? Or you better keep names quiet. There's somebody's
yeah,
listening.
I don't want to speak for anybody.
Okay, but that's
Like,
still
so the other
interesting.
thing, like Rob, for you, um, the one thing that I told Ree is that even if you get the life-size Spirit Halloween costume, or Halloween proton pack,
Mhm.
the day after Halloween, it's half price. And that would be enough to get you started. And you
Yeah,
wouldn't be as worried about like roughing it up a little bit.
that's true. I'm
Like I
pretty rough with
kind of
my
want
stuff.
one for myself, just like one that I can beat up and bang around a bit, or like let someone else put on at a con. Like, yeah,
I know
that's kind of the
for me, the
thing.
501st, I'm all in. On that day,
Yeah.
I'm all in all day. And we'll talk about that later, but it's just like, so just another costume to bring. It's- but I'm tempted because I just don't want to be left out. We want friends.
It's really
Fun,
cool,
man.
and for me, I can see the appeal of it, and it's exciting seeing everything you're doing with yours and other people are doing with theirs. For me right now, to me, it's like I love snowboarding or would always buy new snowboarding gear, but I never got into mountain biking because that would be another uh, pocket emptier as far as the
It's
money
another
goes. 'Cause
hole you fall down,
know,
right?
so everyone's like, "Oh, you should get into mountain biking." Yeah, you're right. I probably should, but you know,
So,
but
Steve, without getting too much into the details of it, because again, I am legitimately scared of getting too much into the details about
mm,
the colonial marine stuff.
mm.
I'm not fucking around on this. I cannot talk too much about it. How much fun is it? And I mean, the Ghostbuster stuff is more of
Yeah.
a my first dive into like non-Star Wars costuming, but like how much fun is it just to have something that's just your own and it's
Oh,
not for
yeah.
like up to anybody's standards or anything like that.
So I consider what I got is pretty entry level, right? So I didn't go full on, fully replica. I didn't do any one of the characters. I just wanted to be my own Marine, right?
Right.
So I haven't copied
Yeah.
anything from any of the characters from the movie. I haven't replicated any of their stuff. I've just gone in and done my own stuff. And there's so much more I can get onto this kit. I don't even have the shoulder lamp yet. I just got the helmet, the armor, the gear, the boots, the IR light in the helmet. Yeah, I can get the sidearm, the holster, the pouches. I can get the motion tracker. I can get the blowtorch. You
The
know, the
motion
cutting.
tracker would be
The
really
motion
cool.
tracker is just nuts. Usually, what I do is walk around the conventions, and I have an app on my phone that plays the sound,
Nice.
and it starts doing the
And
beep.
like, yeah.
You know, so it's there's so much you can
What
get
do they
involved
use
with.
for sidearms?
I can't remember the name of the weapon. There's a little I can't
Is
remember
it
what it was.
like a sci-fied up
No,
gun,
it's
or is
just
it just like
no, it's just
because
a
like
replica of a
the
typical
shotgun?
sidearm.
Like who had the shotgun? Was it Hudson?
Hicks had the
Was it
shotgun.
Hicks?
Yeah.
But like the shotgun was just like a Remington 870 or
Right,
something,
right. And he kept it
just
around for special
straight out of the
occasions.
box.
Yeah, absolutely.
But
Sawn
like
off.
the pulse rifle is like a crazy modded up like Thompson submachine gun.
Thompson with
Yeah.
I think it's a Remington pump action, or no, it's not Remington, it's something else. But there's a pump action
Oh, it was
shotgun.
the Spaz.
Spaz. Yeah, that's
The
it.
Spaz
And then so
shotgun.
that's on the bottom of
Yeah.
the Thompson,
But like
and
I don't
then
remember the sidearm.
I can't remember what it was.
Is it
I
just
can
like
see
a
it. I
like
can see it.
1911 or something?
No, not even. It's
Huh.
not even that. I can't remember the name of it off the top of my head.
Did they make it look sci-fi like they
No,
kind of
it
like
was just in a
remade the
pouch. The
Leopard?
pouch that carries it, the holster that carries it's like a green padded, diamond padded holster. You don't even see the weapon. and unless
See,
they pull it out.
that's kind of what I
So
was wondering, was like, do you
it
ever
doesn't
see
look
them
sci-fi.
actually like
I
unholster
think
it?
one guy does. The only one you see and remember is the like you said, the 1911, the chrome plated one that
In
Gorman
like
brings
the
out.
vent, right?
Yeah, the Gorman brings out
With
with
Vasquez, and
Yeah,
yeah,
you always were an asshole,
yeah,
Gorman.
yeah,
Yeah,
exactly. That was a
yeah.
1911, right?
I think it was. Yeah, it's like
I
a
think
chrome
it's
plated or nickel plated one with the ivory handles. You know.
but like
Um,
I love being able to just do my own thing and
mhm,
decide at what level I want to
mhm.
be accurate to
Yeah,
the movies. And like,
dude, I can put on my fatigue the BDUs and just walk around in the BDUs.
yeah,
You don't even have to wear the armor sometimes, right? It's
right?
just so
And
recognizable.
that's exactly like with the Ghostbusters, like
Hmm.
you don't need the pack.
Yeah,
Yeah.
You put on the jumpsuit and the
yeah,
belt and the like the boots,
And
you're
yeah,
good.
Keyhose.
Yeah.
yeah,
And like maybe the
absolutely.
elbow pads, but like other than that, you're good. And that's what I was telling Reed too, is just like start with the jumpsuit, boots, belt. That's it. Like you
Yeah.
have that and you're
Yeah.
recognizable. You maybe get like the no ghost patch and the name tag and you're
Hmm.
golden. Like
Yeah,
Yeah.
or just
that's
Good
start with
point.
perfectly
Janine.
fine. Yeah. And then just start building it up. Like it's been so much fun, dude.
Yeah,
Steve, is there any cons that you're kind of aiming towards this year? Because you were talking earlier about having a lull in
yeah,
creativity and
man.
creation.
I don't know what it was. I thought COVID was bad enough, but I don't know.
I'm That
Lately,
surprises me you say that, first of all. I'm sorry to interrupt, but it's just like
yeah.
every time I look at your Instagram account, you're in a goddamn different costume. I'm like, how are you having troubles with creativity?
But I haven't. I mean, the like the colonial marine stuff is not stuff I've built from scratch or anything, right? I've wanted to get as much movie realistic as I could with the armor and things, so I've gone to other people that make it to get it,
Mhm.
and
Hmm.
then just make it mine. So I didn't build it. Like
Yeah.
I
See,
haven't
that's what
built
I'm doing with Ghostbusters.
right.
Like I
And
haven't made any of it.
my passion in my head is there, but the actually putting it out there, I haven't been focused on it. I've just been in this lull of feeling, well, I don't think I'm good enough for it. I don't think I can do a good job with it. So I don't do it, you know? And then there's so many creative people out there, and there's so many people that are banging costumes out every single
You
week or
can't
month.
compare yourself to
No,
that
no, no.
though.
I know.
Yeah.
But you just think, oh, I don't know. And then the con comes up, and you're like, oh, I really want to go to this con. But I think the other part of it is nothing I've been watching, nothing I've been seeing has grabbed me enough like it used to. Like there's things I've built because it's really inside of me as a passion and I want it, but nothing's really come along and done that to me to make me so excited. I'm just every spare hour I have, I'm going to be putting it into making this
I
costume.
know exactly what you
You
mean,
know,
Steve.
so
That's
I've
that's
been,
my big
yeah,
fear with the Ghostbusters costume, is like I called it my last kind of bucket list costume. And
right.
it's kind of scary, right?
And I
It's
think
like, well,
the only
is
thing that's,
anything else going to come along?
yeah, is like what am I, what's going to make me want to do this? And then I watched One Piece, the live action One Piece. I don't know if you
Yeah.
guys have watched that.
I haven't watched, but I know what you're talking about.
I really enjoyed that show, man. The live action one. I haven't watched all the anime ones because there's so many episodes, but I really enjoyed the live action one based on what I've seen of One Piece. I really enjoyed the characters, and there's one character now. I was like, oh man, that's fun. I'd love to do that. So that got me kind of thinking about things. But the one thing that I know I'm going to start this year, and I know I'm going to progress with from scratch, is the Jedi Temple Guard. I really want to build the
Mm,
Jedi Temple Guard
that
for
would be
2025 and
fantastic.
hope to go to Japan for celebration. So
Wow.
I think that's the only one that's got me. I've got a full TK. I got an RS Props TK I've got to build. And I started that a while ago and I was just boasting to everyone, I've built so many pieces of armor. I'm going to bang this thing out in a couple of weeks. I haven't got anywhere near that, man. Like my helmet is on top of I haven't even painted the helmet yet.
Like it's
You
the
know,
motivation piece, right? The ability and the experience is absolutely there to bang it
yeah,
out in a
yeah,
week or two, easy.
yeah,
But the motivation to do it is something
yeah.
else.
And because I got the krill done and I've done the jet, I don't know if you can see the jetpack on the back of the trooper
Yep.
there.
Yeah, I
So I've done
do.
the
To the mirror.
jetpack. Like I've got approved on my krill, which I'm super happy with. So now I can sign up and do troops. But yeah, the creativity from start to finish, I used to enjoy that so much. Patterning my own things, making it like from scratch. I love it. You know, designing something and printing it out. Love it. And I think, yeah, I just lost it, dude. I don't know how to describe it. It's almost like a, uh, I think, like I mentioned earlier, it's like imposter syndrome. You feel like
Yeah.
you're, and especially moving out here to LA, where you are surrounded by so many talented people.
Yeah.
You just think, well, shit, that guy's nailed that. Oh, and
Oh,
now they've nailed that, but I don't know what you've got to get out of that, because you're your own thing, and you've
Yeah.
got to move past that and just do what makes you happy. And I think, like we
sorry.
just said, you got to have that passion. And if
I came across a quote from Marlon Brando the other day, of all people. Speaking of being in LA and being surrounded by talented people, someone was interviewing Marlon Brando, and it really resonated with me. And I feel like it's applicable here. Is someone was saying, "Oh, you've been called like the greatest actor working in Hollywood right now," and he's just like, "I don't like that. Like, who? Like, why are you comparing me to other people, or telling
Mm,
me that I'm better than other people at what I do? Like, everybody has value in there. Everybody has something that they bring to the table. Why are we like ranking people,
yeah,
or saying like someone's better than someone else? Like,
yeah,
especially like it's an art form. Like it's not it's not like black and white. Like it's all in the eye of the viewer, right?
right.
So like why, and like
And
the
I'm just naturally anal about shit I do. If I do it, I want to do it in a way that I enjoy, in a way that I want to see it. And I sometimes feel that some people look upon that as like, oh, you just want it to be perfect, you just want it to be, and it's not that. It's me. It's like I have to build things, and I have to understand how they go together, and I have to understand how someone made that and then do it. So
yeah.
that's why I'm the other thing I'm trying to build and finish is Cobb Vanth, and I
Yeah.
found the perfect fabric that works for me, right? Not, it's not exactly the fabric. I was generous. I can't even say it. Generously donated a pair of pants, which are pretty much bang on the ones that he wore. But I need to make some modifications to them. They're slightly too small because I'm not as skinny as what's his nuts. So
Timothy Oliphant.
yeah, so I've got I wanted to start from scratch and build all of that, and I want to make it look good. And again, I don't know. I just haven't. It's almost there, you know. I've got all the bits and pieces. I just need to throw it together, and I know I'm going to enjoy the shit out of it. I love wearing that costume, but I'm hoping that a lot of this was to do with my situation where I was living, not wanting to be there, not feeling like I was settled in an
Yeah.
area that I could just do what I'm doing now.
Well,
And now
that's
moving
something you and I both went through.
right,
And
you
I
just
could definitely I can relate.
yeah.
Like it
So
just
now
it's
it's
when you're kind of in limbo. Like I called it living in
yeah,
limbo,
yeah,
because like you don't want to do anything, you don't want to buy anything,
yeah,
because you know you're not going to be there in a couple weeks. So like
yeah,
everything is just on hold. Like if you're not packing, you're basically just sitting idle, right?
yeah,
Hmm.
yeah,
So like
yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, it's nuts, and I've recognized it, and I can see it, and I do know that when I put my mind to it, I can bang some good stuff out, and I just got to get on and do it. And you know, one of the beauties with, as both of you know this, one of the beauties with being in something like the 501st is that the motivation's there because of the people you meet, and
Oh yeah.
it's instantly back.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
starting to get involved with that side of it again and getting out and meeting people, they're very supportive in
And
that.
it's infectious, right?
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
that's a
So
great point, Steve.
one
Yeah,
of the guys I've
fantastic.
met, Scott out here, he's building a TK2, and he's so passionate about getting his TK done for WonderCon in the end of March. And so I'm like, well, I want to get mine done as well, and I want to help you get yours done. So now there's this thing of like, okay, let's get this done. Let's actually do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we were out on Sunday at a social at the cocktail the tiki bar for the Scarif social every month, and somebody else again was on the same boat of like, yeah, I need to get my kit finished. Let's do this. Let's get together
It
once a
helps so
week
much.
and do this. So yeah,
I think
it's
That was the
coming.
gym for me. Is
yeah.
when it's on you, it's so easy to just
Yeah,
nah, I'm gonna not go today.
yeah,
But if someone else is going, they're like, okay, it's go time. It's
yeah.
so much tougher to say, nah, I'm not gonna do it.
That's right.
Why?
Yeah, I like to commit to something and do it. And if I commit
Yeah.
to someone instead of myself, I find I do it a lot better. I don't commit to myself
Yeah.
as easy as I commit to someone else.
Well, I know
you don't want to
Jamie's.
let anybody else down, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah.
I know Jamie's been inspirational for me, like seeing him work on his Ghostbusters. And it has, there was a point, there was a lull. Like for every person who's building a costume or any project, you find that lull where it's just like, I gotta get my ass in gear.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, seeing Jamie work on his costume, it gave me a little oomph again.
Nice.
I try to find more motivation in myself so I don't have to rely on people, because I'm just kind of surrounded by a lot of people, but it's just like
That
I need to find it
self-motivation
within
is
myself.
tough, man.
It is very difficult, but
You know what else, Rob, especially for you as well. And I've been finding this lately with all these things in my mind that I want to do, not just costuming, but everything, right? Is because you go on social media and because you like the social media presence and you want to get your stuff out there and build up your social media presence. Like sometimes I don't do things because I feel like I should be documenting it.
mhm.
And so I'm not set up to document it. So I'll wait until I do it and then I'll document it. And then doing that diorama thing, it was like, this is a pain in the ass, but I'm going to do it. I'm going to take pictures of every step and then I'm going to put something out, and I think that
Fun
was
to see
another
the
part of
progress.
playing it. Huh?
It's fun to see the progress.
Yeah.
It is. It
Like
is.
to
it
look
is.
back on it, especially
what's-
when you have the finished product.
Maybe that's
Already
my
put-
hidden way of motivating myself, doing it for the show. So
Mm.
because it does, like I've already built it up to this point. I can't just stop.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nobody's fucking watching my show,
Yeah.
but I'm watching my show. I've already committed to it. I
I'm
gotta
watching.
do it. I appreciate it. Thank you, sir. But it's just, yeah. And I want to talk about real quick here before we go into Star Wars. I want to talk about my motivation this year, because I should in 2024, I've got my reuse approved. I should get my Wilro approved. One day they will look at that costume. Sorry, Rebel, but
You
come
don't
on.
need to get Wilro approved.
No.
I do for me. I do for me. It's important I do that. I mean, yeah, I don't have to, but I want to. And my 10 none, I got to get that approved. And I'm waiting for that to happen because that's important to me. 3 costumes. I've been in the Legion for 5 years now. I never thought I just thought it'd be the one costume and
Are you
I'm done.
averaging one costume a year?
Apparently.
That's
So yeah,
nuts.
and now I started
Mm.
asking myself, what's the next costume? Because the Rees was my that was my white whale. That
Yeah.
was my bucket list. And now I've done it. And now I'm like, well, what's next?
Yeah.
But
Well,
and
you're
so
always kind of chasing the dragon, though, right? Like,
yeah.
You on
sorry,
drugs?
yeah, I use a drug term.
This is a
here, but,
drug,
like,
sir.
This is it for me.
Yeah.
It is literally chasing the dragon. Like
Mm.
I say literally, but that's not it at all. We're not chasing dragons, but I'm stupid.
It's your holy grail though, right? And you don't ever, I
Yeah.
don't think you'll ever have it complete though, Jamie. That's the thing. I don't think, and that's the thing I look at
Yeah.
with the Colonial Marine. I don't think I'll ever have it complete because there's always so
Yeah.
much something you can do with it.
Like that's kind of what keeps you going, though,
Mm.
right? Is
Yeah.
like just that goal that you're always shooting for, and like, okay, you completed a goal, find another goal and start
Yeah.
chasing that one.
Yeah, and
Like,
with 501st,
it's always
if
gonna
you
be
if you
something.
can if you complete it to the CRL and the uppermost level of that CRL, then you've got as far as you can go.
Yeah.
Now
Yeah.
you have to move to another
Then you
costume.
go to a new costume.
Yeah.
And like I'm stupid. Like I'm already thinking about like, oh, what if I did a Ghostbusters 2 costume now? What would I need for that? And oh, it wouldn't be too difficult. Only like this and this and this and this and
Yeah.
this is different and that thing's different. And okay, I'll have to print that out. Or
All
like,
of a sudden becomes ship a thesis.
God damn it.
Yeah.
And
You've
that's the
replaced
thing, but,
everything.
like, I'm in it now. Like I'm already thinking about it, right?
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
like,
Sometimes
it's
I'm
there,
like,
and it's a
oh, I'd
goal.
love to add this. I wonder if I can make it. I wonder if I can build it. I wonder if I can, get it and then
But, like-
and then I'll Google it. Someone's already done the work.
Yeah.
So now you're like, oh,
Yeah.
so now do I have to buy it? No,
So, like,
I want to
I
make
wanted
it.
to talk to you guys about that, both of you guys, for Rees and the Colonial Marines. Like, I
Mhm.
feel we touched on this a little bit earlier, but like, I feel a little bit shitty for not really making anything myself for
Why?
the Ghostbusters. But like, honestly, at the end of the day, though, like I start to feel that way because we've all made so much
Yeah,
for the
yeah.
501st.
You
but,
feel like you're cheating.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, exactly. But then honestly, I've kind of come to the realization that the making isn't really the fun part to me. It's the research.
Uh-huh.
Yes.
And
I
it's also the wearing
love
of
the
it.
I wanted to
research.
talk to you guys about that because I
Love
had a
it.
blast doing the
Yeah.
research for Ghostbusters.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like Rob, I know you did a ton of research and you're looking at like the same like 10 photos from behind the scenes and whatnot.
Dude, I was looking at like the Star Tours opening parade at some friggin' point
Yeah.
in grainy VHS. Oh God, I was looking at that and it was so
Like,
much fun. The ten num video I did, I was just going to do a brief little rundown and was going to attach it to the actual video, and it was done within 5-10 minutes. And I found myself going down a freaking rabbit hole of, and then contacting Mike Quinn himself, the guy who played 10 num and 9 num, and it was just like, this is so much fun just looking at this and playing detective
research
work.
is great. It's
Yeah.
so much fun. Steve, you must have done a ton of research for the
Man.
Colonial Marine stuff.
Well, you say, yeah, I'm always doing research on it because I love the movie. So you're constantly always doing research and finding. But interestingly enough, like you say that with social media nowadays, there's groups that are out, say on Facebook, say there's a Colonial Marine group. So if you join that Colonial Marine group, everybody around the world is posting what they found from behind the scenes, or what they found is the exact replica piece that was used for this. So the research should become easier if you join one of these groups. And now I'm almost tempted to not join the groups. So then you can do the research, and then all of a sudden you're like, I've just found out this thing. And then you'll say it to someone, they go, oh yeah, someone posted about that ages ago. Like, yeah, okay, well, I'm excited.
But it's kind of fun discovering it for
Yeah,
yourself.
it
I
is.
totally agree.
It is. And finding things in the movie that you'd never seen before, right?
Yeah.
Those things happen. Like somebody posted something up the other day that in a scene from Aliens, one of the guys flips off Gorman as he walks off after giving them their instructions in the loading bay. No one's ever seen this before, right?
Yeah.
So you just notice these things in these movies. But for Fifth Element, when we did Corbin and Lilu, we got out and got the 4K disc and we watched that movie. I think I remember telling you about this. We watched it dozens and dozens of times, and we would freeze frame and take photos and measure holes on the screen and try and do a comparison in size to build this. And like the amount of pictures I got of Corbin Dallas's pants, and discovered that there was 3 lines of silver stitching in every seam. You don't see that unless you get the 4K. So when I made my pants, I put those 3 fucking lines beautifully, symmetrically where they should be and in parallel to each other. I built pads on the thighs that I never knew that were there. I knew there was these little round pads on his knees, little zippers in the pants that I didn't know until I got the 4K. So there's zippers in the pants to help get the pants on and off because they're so tight. So yeah, I know what you mean. I love the research.
I've got 2 things there for the Fifth Element. One, you chose a movie where the costumes were done by a fashion designer.
Jean-Paul Gaultier. Yeah, Jean-Paul Gaultier.
So that seems like a monumental task. But 2, like I feel like you doing the research and the detail work, like people won't necessarily know that like Corbin Dallas has 3 silver sewing lines on his pants and thigh pads, but subconsciously when they see you in that costume, they're like, yeah, that looks like
what I remember
like
seeing.
it registers on an unconscious level.
Yeah.
So like it's the same with the 501st, right? Like they won't necessarily like you stack a Ruby's costume, like a Ruby's TK next to
it doesn't look like
props
it doesn't
TK.
Remind you. Yeah.
You're gonna see the differences, but if someone sees a Ruby's TK out in the wild, they're gonna like, yeah, that's a stormtrooper.
Yeah, absolutely, man.
They don't understand, man.
You have black pants, orange
matter.
vest, and yellow hair. That's Corbin Dallas, right?
Yeah.
Although I did get called Aquaman for the longest time when I first started wearing it because of the orange sleeveless vest.
Oh,
you're like,
no.
what? The original Aquaman, but green pants, man. They're not black, they're green. So
but like going back to the research piece, like obviously for these movies, especially we're talking about Aliens, Return of the Jedi, and Ghostbusters 1, all movies from 83, 84. Like everyone has already done that research. Like there's nothing new we're going to discover.
No.
But it's so much fun to discover it for ourselves.
Yeah. Totally agree.
An absolute blast. I love that part of it. That's become way more fun to me than the actual build.
Yeah, seeing it come together, this piece goes on top of this piece, and now that's it. That's it. It just looks right. Even with the grenades for the Marine, I just found a print file, and I meticulously printed all the pieces out so that you could even put springs in them and press if you wanted to.
Oh,
So I printed everything, and like people were saying to me, I've got these, I have these in metal, I have these in aluminum. Like, yeah, that's gonna look amazing. But right now, I just want to build every piece and paint it myself,
yeah.
and I want to then, because I built them for Ali's Ripley as well. So we had to print all of these things out like a little factory grenades. I had to sand them all down. I had to paint them all. I had to glue them together. It's
Yeah.
fun. It's
It
fun as
is
hell.
fun, right?
I got a
Like,
question. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
sorry, Rob, go ahead.
No, I had a question. You mentioned grenades, and I had to ask before I forget. One of the things when I got my Reese costume, someone made a joke. I think it was, I can't remember who it was. Someone made a joke of, please, don't chuck grenades at me, just like in Dark Forces or something. And now I want to get a friggin' grenade, like a thermal detonator. I
You
want
need
to
a
ask,
thermal
like,
detonator, dude.
Steve, where can you find a thermal detonator? I want
You
to know where
need
I can
like
find it.
a belt of like 12 of them.
Do you mean the typical round, like
The
Yeah,
one
the
that
boat-
the
the
that
boat,
Bosch?
Bush
like,
had.
Yeah.
That's, dude, I'm playing Dark Forces 2 right now,
Yeah.
and I fucking hate those guys.
I just want to hang out at the urinal, turn around, and start
Like,
chucking
they're
thermal detonators at you.
assholes.
Rob, you can buy like 3D print kits, but you
Oh, I
need a
think I
3D printer
can.
to do it, right? So
School has one. I can.
yeah, so there's if you go on the Thingiverse, you can probably find one. But there are people out there that will sell a file for you to be able to replicate and build. There's a studio out here, MacGuffin Makers,
Mhm.
and they were at one of the prop
Great
swaps we
name.
went to, which is like all the people that make armor, people are in the Legion, people that do costumes. They're all at this prop swap thing, and MacGuffin Makers had made squishy, almost like dog ball thermal grenades. They cast them out of a rubber, and they looked amazing. But they sold
God.
them in a tennis ball tube.
Yeah.
You get 3 squishy
That's
Oh my
throwable.
God. I think that's what I
Yeah.
need right
I kind of
there.
want those
Just
too.
chuck
I
them
don't
at
even
people
need
at the
them.
con.
Yeah, I just want them.
Look up MacGuffin Makers. I don't know
I'm
if they
writing it
still
down right now.
Yeah.
Sorry, I
I'll
didn't mean
say
to interrupt. I was like,
no.
because I know Ben from the
From
Skyhoppers podcast.
Skyhoppers, yeah.
He friggin' hates threes, and because
Yeah.
of the thermal detonators, I'm wondering maybe I
Dude.
should just take tennis ball spray and silver
Great.
and start chucking them at
Yeah,
people, or Nerf
that would be
balls.
hilarious, dude. Yeah,
You
just put
should
like a
know what you should
bind
do,
down.
Rob? You should
Yeah.
make some stickers of thermal detonators and just hand them out to people.
Yeah. Yeah,
Sorry,
Generation
Jamie.
X, Generation
that's
X-wing on the back.
hilarious, dude. For people that know, that's the
Yeah.
thing. Like,
Yeah, that's
if
the
you know,
1%
you
that I
know.
dig.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for people that know, they're gonna be like, that's amazing. That's such a
Yeah.
cool kind of
Okay,
just like
stickers.
detail and like interactivity piece for the cosplay. Yeah, absolutely.
I
you should
look
do
into that. That's a great
So
idea,
yeah,
sir.
so
I
to
think that's
summarize that last half hour, this is 2024. I think we're looking forward to getting
on.
back to getting the creative juices flowing again.
I want to
Yeah.
tell you about I've told Jamie about this, and he's sick of hearing me talk about this, but I haven't told you my goal for Fan Expo. Like, he's shaking his head already. I'm going to call it the Outer Rim Run. My goal is to wear
This
6
is the Outer Rim Death.
the Death Run. We got to here, Steve. You're really good with names.
the
I need
Death
you to give me a
March?
good name. The Death March. I want to wear 6 costumes in one day. My goal is to wear 6 costumes. Reese, Scout Trooper, Nick Scent, which is unofficial, but I'm wearing it anyways. 9 Nun, 10 Numb, and a Wilro Hood. 6 costumes, one
So
day.
have
I
you
got
got your have you got your own storage location and changing room?
Yeah, sure. We'll do that. I can.
I'm just saying, how are you gonna store the shit?
So I'm gonna bring it all, and so my goal is to do at least one lap of the con floor, or at least one shift, an hour shift. That will count for one.
Let's call it Rob's Beyonce troop because of the costume changes.
Just
Oh,
the
it's gonna be
costume
awesome.
changes.
It's gonna be
Yeah.
freaking awesome. I
Rob
really want to
Williams,
try
the
this
Taylor
out.
Swift of the 501st.
Yeah, it's gonna take a whole day, dude. A literal
I
day.
scheduled. We got the schedule out,
Yeah.
and I made sure I was okay. Reese is this period, and then I got to do Scout
like,
Trooper here,
If
and then
you're
I'm going to do.
gearing down, you're gonna need an hour block to
Yeah.
like 30 minutes to gear down and pack up, and then 30 minutes to gear
Yeah.
up.
For some costumes, yes. Some of them I just like Nick Scent, take the head off, put on a fake beard,
Yeah.
do a lap, and then
Yeah.
just kind
But,
of.
like, yeah, you're doing some tricky stuff there with like the Scout Nick Scent, and then like
Yeah.
9 Numb.
Yeah, but then
and
the
10
numb
Numb.
nuts, you can just change the embellishments, right?
The Numb.
Yes, yeah. It's just take off one vest, put on another,
Yeah.
and that one's easy. And then Will Row is
Well,
we've got the running of the hoods on Saturday.
So I also there has to be considerations to be made for your health and safety as well. that-
screw that.
Why
Drink
not?
whiskey.
Nah.
Drink whiskey, everyone, and just get on with it.
Well,
we'll
I
call
mean-
it the Generation X-wing 6K, and
The
costumes
whiskey
is spelled
is a given,
costumes
but,
is
like,
spelled with a K.
I'm mostly talking about like time for you to cool down and hydrate in
Yeah,
between all
that
that.
I am
sounds-
very. I
That
am
sounds
very
like a
concerned.
responsible adult talking. Shut up.
Sounds like someone who's been to a con
Yeah.
before.
Yeah.
What are you,
Yeah.
why are you trying
Like,
to pop my bubble, sir?
just,
Health
like,
and safety.
Hydration and like protein bars or
Yeah.
whatever, and just time to cool down in between, that needs to be factored in.
So what? I need a good name.
should-
Jamie.
you should put
Death March is
yourself-
not bad, but
The 6K, the 6 costumes with a K.
the
It's
Outer Rim
6K.
6K.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there you go.
I got it right. Then.
See, there you go. Steve comes through.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what though, you put yourself in a Deadpool outfit and put that gimp mask on and you do a con for the day and then tell me about safety. Holy shit. You don't drink, you don't piss, you don't do nothing apart from
No.
sweat and make jokes and laugh and then get home
Is your
and
Deadpool
die.
costume a onesie?
Yeah,
Is it? Oh
Yeah.
yeah. So yeah, obviously you're not peeing.
yeah.
You're
Well, you can.
definitely not-
There's a zipper down there, but there's something funny about walking into a bathroom and taking your gloves off, right? And
That's
then shoving
always
them in your
weird.
belt and then standing
mean,
there, like
It would
pulling out your ding dong when you can't really see because you're wearing a
be,
mask.
no.
And then politely doing that twist and look in a Deadpool mask with someone else that's
Yeah.
peeing.
I mean,
it's kind of fun.
Have you seen the scene or played the Deadpool game? There's
What?
there's a scene in the Deadpool game where he walks into a bathroom. It would be horribly inappropriate to do at a con, and I would never advocate for you doing this.
What is it?
But he walks into a bathroom, full costume. I'm pretty sure it's in a bad guy base, and just walks up to a urinal, hangs it out and starts going, and then looks at like the guard or like random baddie number 10 beside him and goes, "Hey dude, nice dick."
Thing is, I don't want to get knocked out.
No, nor should you. Like I
Hmm.
said, I preface that by saying you should never do this.
I think
Well,
people
how
would
about-
get it at a
How about
con.
No.
Hey dude, nice
Not in a
ding dong.
bathroom, not an actual bathroom. No, don't do
You know
that.
what? I don't think it's as bad as you think it is, but I don't think it's still
It's
as
bad.
great.
Don't
Yeah.
do that.
I'll judge it. I'll walk in and judge who's next to me.
Yeah.
Like,
it's gonna be like
Let's see.
someone you
if,
know at least.
If you were in a private bathroom and you were filming it,
I'll probably get arrested and then I'll be on the
Yes.
the list.
yeah, you would definitely get kicked out of the con.
You just made the
probably
list.
arrested.
I just made the list and it's not a
Yeah.
good list.
No, that's
That
the
man
kind
just
of
said he
list
liked
where
my
you,
ding dong.
you have to like introduce yourself to your neighbors. Be like, "Hi, I'm Steve Davey. I'm a pervert."
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
Yeah,
Yeah, let's
Don't
not
do
do that
that.
one. No.
We were going to
okay.
talk about Star Wars, but I think we should leave that for another time
Okay.
because we are out of time. We
Really?
like
God, are
talked
we
for a
actually?
whole hour. Look at
We
the
didn't even say what else we were gonna do for 2024.
Well, this is something we would do 24, but I think, do okay, well, let's last
No, I
couple
don't
things
wanna
for
talk anymore.
cons. No, yeah, okay, fine. All right. So, anybody have any last words before we wrap it up here? Because I think our next episode after we watch Spinal Tap, we'll talk about Star Wars shows coming out
so
because
non-Star Wars stuff for 24
well, Star Wars shows, movies.
for right now.
Can I just say
Yeah,
what
so
I'm really
today
looking
was-
forward to for 2024 coming out that's not Star Wars?
Well, we're going to do it for next episode. I think today's episode was about costumes
Okay.
and our nerd room and just personal fandom of what we do. I think that's the whole theme here. And then I think next episode, Star Wars movies, TV show, not just
Okay.
Star Wars, but other stuff. Because like I said, we have like 3 minutes left and we got to wrap it up.
Yeah.
So, but I really dug this conversation. This surprised me. It really went in a nice place. I think we could have talked for another hour or so.
Speaking
Sorry,
of
Yeah, I kind of
speaking of
ran away
toys,
with it there.
have I mentioned to you guys about Ross over here?
Ross Geller.
Ross is a discount store.
Oh,
So-
yes. Is that like a clothing and shoe store?
Right. So my biggest fun right now, apart from going to Target and Walmart and doing my Micro Galaxy Squadron run, during the course of me doing those runs and doing my hopefully once a week, I'm going to keep it up. I do this little run. It gets me out of the house. It's my little time. I go around and I go to Targets and Walmarts and see what I can find for Micro Galaxies. Well, I discovered a couple of weeks back, months back, maybe a month back, that Ross, the discount store, was getting Micro Galaxies in there. So I like these things are like 16 to 20 bucks a pop. I was getting them for $6.
Wow.
So I would just buy doubles, man, because if you want an army build or build a fleet, you need extra craft. You don't want to spend 20 bucks. So now I've got a routine of going to all the Rosses too. So my escape, but I went to Ross the other day and I found this, and I didn't have this one. And I think it's kind of cool. It's
Oh,
my little layer, right?
Princess
So
Leia with the ceremonial medal.
yeah, so it was one of the
Cool.
first ones that came out on the Black Series diagonals, right? $4.99.
Oh,
Nice.
oh, yup. Yeah, you're damn
$4.99.
right. You're doing that deal.
So yeah, I'm
Yeah.
loving Ross right now, man. I'm loving Ross.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's good.
I
Any
mean,
last words for you, Jamie?
if we're talking non-Star Wars stuff for 24, I feel like I'm obliged to mention that it is the 40th anniversary of Ghostbusters this year.
What's
Yeah.
Ghostbusters?
Yeah. we are getting a new movie, which is amazing, and
Yeah.
I'm super excited for. It'll be a crazy realization to me is that it'll be the first Ghostbusters movie that I will have seen in the theater.
Oh, really?
One day I want to get down to New York and do the Ghostbusters tour,
Hmm.
like 55 Central Park West, Hook and Ladder 8, the New York Public Library, all that stuff. But I'm still excited. It's the 40th anniversary of Ghostbusters, and we're getting a movie that's amazing. And the costume is up and running and on the go. So yeah,
Are you gonna get one of the big red jackets, Jamie?
I don't know.
I mean, you live in Canada.
Yeah, I have a site where they're making them for relatively inexpensive, and I've definitely considered it. I'm gonna watch a movie first. I'm
Yeah,
not one of those
yeah.
guys who like will put together a costume based on the trailer and have it ready
Yeah.
to go for the premiere. I'm just not that guy. Like I don't care about
So,
being
Rob,
first out of the gate or whatever.
another thing for Rob, you got to hold me and Jamie accountable now. So every time we do a cast, you have to say, "How you guys getting on with those costumes you said you were going to do?"
How are you guys doing?
I will
Costume.
take a
Got it.
picture of the internal contents of the Ghostbusters crate.
Right.
And show you all of the shit that I have bought off Etsy and eBay and Amazon in order to mod my pack and my uniform.
Well, it's easier for Jamie because now he lives so much closer to me, and
Yup.
we do the show, and I can just drive. He like literally is 2 minutes away from where I teach,
Yeah.
Right.
and I can just drive down the hill 3-4 blocks and say, "How's it going? You got it built yet?"
Yeah, like I know we're not talking Star Wars stuff yet, but you definitely have a really incredible piece of a Star
Excuse
Wars
me?
costume for
Oh.
me from Aaron.
Yeah, it's right over there. Yeah.
For my next project, I guess still chasing the dragon Star Wars wise.
Is this
but
the
yeah.
Obi-Wan and armor?
Okay, I gotta get that thing to you today. Tomorrow, I'll try my best to get it to you tomorrow.
Aaron did some amazing work for me, and I feel like it's got to be a short or something because like it is worth showing off.
Is it
And
a
I'm
prop or a costume?
both. It's a
Prop for your
part of the
costume?
costume, but Aaron went above and beyond, and I'm so excited. But it's just I'm trying to get the Ghostbuster stuff upgraded at least a little bit,
Yeah.
and then it'll be like full bore 100% Obi-Wan Clone Wars.
You got to get Ghostbusters for them. You got to get it to the point you want it before the movie comes out. That's got to be done.
Yeah,
I just want to show off this as well.
yeah.
before.
Just show the picture of Jamie.
I want to go a little bit deeper into this one because I was supposed to post it out on my story. I haven't done yet.
Smoldering
So
look.
this came the other day. It was addressed to my old address. I was like, "What the hell is this?" And it's actually a Happy New Year card from
Aw.
everybody at Rancho Obi-Wan,
Wow.
and it's also a dedication to somebody that passed that worked there as well. So it's an absolutely beautiful thing to get, and I wasn't expecting it at all. And it just goes to show how much of a good people run that place,
Yeah.
and how much of
really
a
cool.
family like atmosphere they give you when you go there, because you're part of a family when you go there, and I think that just shows it. And I wanted to do a little shout out to that.
That's really
That's
cool.
super
Good
cool.
shit. Good way to end it. That being said, before we ask you where you are, I do recommend again checking out the Nerd Room podcast. Mike Tarkin, his YouTube channel, links will down be attached below. Check out Mike's room build, which is amazing stuff. If you're into that, it's just well, even if you're not into it, you'd be impressed by it. I guarantee you.
I feel like you don't have to be a collector to enjoy those videos.
Yeah, it's very underrated at this moment because it's like it should be getting a lot more views and likes than it is right now. So
that's just life on Instagram, man.
Yeah, exactly. Tell me about it. So, Steve, where can we find you?
You can find me on Instagram, and if you're not sure how to find it, just type shit into the search, and you should find shit spackle Muppet fart.
That's the best. No one will ever top that. Like, you want to find me? Type shit into Instagram. Boom, done. That's the best, dude. You win. You win Instagram.
You win
Trophies in the mail.
Instagram. It's official. We'll send you the plaque on your way.
Yeah, tell your friends, like and follow. I want to get to 2,000 followers one day. That's my goal.
Oh
Like,
my
some
God,
people have
that'd be
got
awesome.
200,000 followers, and I've got 1,800. I think. So yeah, get me to 2,000 people.
Dude, you got more followers than we do. Like we got 689. I gotta work on that. Jamie, where can we find you?
You can find me on hopefully the YouTube series on the Generation X-Wing podcast YouTube channel, where we have new videos coming out called Ready to Believe.
There you go. Lots of cool stuff coming up soon. Mike Quinn's a follower of Generation X-Wing podcast. Why aren't you?
That's
He is.
really cool, man.
That's really awesome. Yeah.
I mean, that's all you, Rob.
Rob, I think I've just done some more, another brain fart after my last comment. I think you should make stickers to give out to people when you're knee and numb, and just it's numb nuts. You're the numb nuts, and you just hand out your numb nuts stickers, and everyone can be part of your crew, the numb nuts.
We'll put that
because you're nuts about numb, right?
We'll put that in the maybe pile.
And no other reason.
No other reason.
No other reason. Like a stack of pancakes. You can find me on the Outer Rim Rookie Show on our YouTube channel, Outer Rim Rookie on Facebook and Instagram. Check out some of the videos that are coming out with the Reese cosplay, the Wilro Hood cosplay, the 10 Nun cosplay. Fan Expo's coming up.
10 Num.
10 Num. I keep saying none. I've been so trying to. If people
sounds
know
like
us,
sounds like a really bad football game. 10
yeah. I've been trying my best to use the Nyan Nun instead of the Neon Nun, but then I'm still getting stuck with the Nun Num. Numb nuts. Oh my God, you got me doing it now, sir. I'm gonna stop. Thanks for watching. We will talk about Star Wars next time, but I did really enjoy this conversation. And we'll be doing next episode. We'll be talking about Spinal Tap. This is Spinal Tap, Jamie's pick for movie night. So I hope you stick around for that too. Thanks a lot. Talk to you later. Bye.
Happy New Year.